Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin, where today we're working on a little mini sunflower quilt. This pattern is from the 90s. I already have my 2 blocks completed, and now I'm going to be quilting this little mini. So I thought you might want to come along to see how I determine what I'm going to do once I have this much finished. All right, I'm going to move the camera to my hands now. So basically, once I get a block done, I try to go through and determine what are my options. Clearly, I can do a design here in the border, or I can go inside the block. I try to look for an actual pattern. So the pattern I'm seeing is I can make an X here on all 4 corners, and that will keep it intact. So I think that's the option I'm going to go with. You could do shadow quilting. You could quilt it by hand if you wanted to. You could also do an all over design, but it might be a little tough to go around the yo-yos. So let me go ahead and put it under the needle, and let's see what we have here. This old sewing machine that I'm using is a Singer 9410. It is from the early 90s. It is all metal, and it does a fantastic job of quilting. My son-in-law, of all things, actually found this machine in a junk pile and brought it home. I was tickled to have it because it works great. An old man that he was mowing for was cleaning out a rent home and was going to throw this machine away, so he brought it to me, and I'm happy to have it. Okay, so all I'm doing is eyeballing, and notice you saw me backstitch before and at the end so I don't have any loose strings. All I'm doing is eyeballing where can I make a solid X to hold this pattern in place. I'm using Worm and Natural batting. That's the only type I really prefer next to Hobbs. It can be quilted up to 8 to 10 inches apart. So on a little project like this, it's ideal. Okay, so if you notice, the design is starting to puff up already. I did not use thread to match my backing because I wanted the quilting to not be as noticeable on the front. I wanted it to blend in and not contrast, so I just used a plain old basic cream color. Okay, and then we're going to do the bottom 4 corners. I would like to have a tabletop machine that did some kind of cute little swirl or something like that for quilting, but no such luck. So I have to use what I have. This is very much a utilitarian type quilting method where you just quilt it enough to keep it down, hold it in place rather. I still love sunflowers. I know they're outdated. It's a 90s concept probably, but nothing says fall like sunflowers. So, and here in the Midwest, we have a sunflower field right here in town, and I look forward to seeing that every year. Okay, so if you notice how it's coming together along the back, we have an X in each corner, which is holding it down. Our binding is a fake binding, which is when you roll the fabric from the back over to the front, sew it into place. And this is what it's looking like so far. So now we skip these two little middle blocks. So my mind is saying just stitch that right down the center to hold it in place. This could be used as a trivet or wall hanging, a candle mat. That already looks better. Looks nice and neat. One more to go. All right, now let me show you the difference. So here's the quilt block that has been quilted. Look at the dimension that has. See how it's puffed up and has its own design? This is the side that has not been quilted. It's just flat and plain. On the back are my stitches, so I have a straight line between each of the 4 blocks. It's quilted, let me see, 2 inches apart, which is fine. And so now all I have to do is do the same thing on the other end. So I hope you learned something from watching my video today. Analyze your block, decide how you can quilt it inside the lines for the best effect, and most importantly, how many inches it needs to be quilted apart so that the block will stay together. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Thank you.